Welcome back to The Way of the Songwriter, where we travel the world connecting people through music. Last time we talked about the whole idea behind the little van life adventure of me and Paulo in Australia. This time Paulo's going to join me one more time to talk about how it's like to live in the van and to tell you some of the van life stories so that you also get kind of an idea what's going to be like in the future on this channel with The Way of the Songwriter, where we are going to do the same thing, just taking you more into it. But for now, we're going to go back in time to the time where we were traveling in Australia. Let's get right into it after the intro. It was really weird for me in the beginning because you were very alone, and it's different from just like spending some time alone or being on a weekend trip alone and somewhere. It's like, because you know, this right now could be like the rest of your life and you don't know what's going to happen. Because of course I was still planning at that point to like get back at some point and go back to Germany, but I could just have stayed in that van, you know. For the first time in my life, I was just living in this thing and I was just going somewhere, no plan at all. And it was very exciting, but also strange. And I was really like missing all these people, and I didn't have like some place to go to. I remember the first night I just stopped at some like parking lot of some mechanics place somewhere out in the nothing, and I just slept there hoping that no one catches me. Well, I think you can hear the rain, right? It's like crazy. But luckily, actually, this car is sealed. It was like this for a few days before I actually started like getting involved with like some smaller cities and people and meeting these great people. And I went here from Melbourne. You cannot see anything there, but I think the first real important stop and one of the most magical places was definitely the small place Merimbula. I still have some friends there. I would love to tell you all the stories because I cannot explain with words. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Like meeting Bob, the old man. I was just playing my guitar at the beach, like having a milkshake or something, like in the morning, traveling by. And I was playing some guitar, talking to the lady that owns the shop and everything. And then this old man comes out of the water. He was like 65, 67, having a surfboard, and like he just looks at me like, "You look like the kind of guy that should come to my place." All right, where's your place? And he's like, "It's that house up there. You just drive up and you will know what it is." Okay.
Yeah, go for the move.
There was Bob, and Bob was like a really interesting person to meet. And wow, I mean, you remember the time when we met him, like going back, it's like was crazy for me because for me it was like I found like my grandfather, and it was really strange how everything changed the second time. And like I said, there are so many stories and I would like to tell all of them. Maybe I will someday like do another episode of this, but for now I want to focus on the Neil Pau part of the whole story. I met Ricky, the producer of our first EP that we recorded together, the Neil Pau Vanlife EP that we just released on Spotify. And I actually just met him by being in Merimbula, and I looked in the streets. I was just walking, like not knowing what to do because like, man, I'm traveling. I don't really know what I'm doing here. And there was like something, little sign that said music school. And I was like, at least it says music, so I guess I'll just go in and see what happens. And then I was in there, and Ricky came straight to me and asked like, excuse me, what are you looking for? And I was like, music? Because like it said music outside on your door, and I not really know what I'm supposed to do right now, and I like music, I'm a musician. And somehow we got into talking and we recorded the acoustic version of Ondas for the very first time. And I remember how we like just sat down. It was just one take, and he did like some of the editing just on how recording the guitar, and I didn't know anything about audio and engineering, about producing, nothing. And I was always thinking like, if you hear these crazy songs on the radio, they're just magic people, you know. That's just like, these are such amazing, must be such amazing artists that they can do something like this. And I could never imagine that it could be possible that I can easily do something like this as well. And just by showing me this audio, this acoustic version of the song, and show me how my voice and my guitar could sound if you just do it right, I was lying that evening in the back of my van, like somewhere on some parking lot outside Merimbula, and I was crying because it was so beautiful, because for the first time in my life I realized that it's not impossible, and this is something I really wanted, and it was really important to me, and I could do it. And it just opened up so many doors inside my mind, and I realized that nothing is impossible if you really want it. Basically, there was lots of other stuff, but I went up the whole East Coast, not the whole one, but pretty far up. And then we met again at the Sunshine Coast, or Gold Coast.
The Gold
Wasn't
Coast,
it called like
I think
Surfer's Paradise?
Yeah, I think so. Surfer's Paradise.
Australia is just a nice place.
Yeah.
So at Sunshine Coast, somewhere between Christmas, which you spent in Tasmania, and I somewhere in the jungle in the mountains with some... No, I don't... No, stop. We met at the Sunshine Coast. Please tell us the story about what happened after that.
Alright, so we got together after we were traveling separate, and then we decided to go to the beach, like, why not? So we were in the beach with the guitar and the cajon, and we were playing in the sand, and there was a girl that was looking for someone, so we...
Oh yeah! That's how it happened! It's so insane, man.
Yeah, we kind of helped her, and that's how we met Tobias.
Did we help her? No, I'm not sure.
I mean, we said like, hey man, are you the one that she's looking for?
Oh really?
Yeah.
And he was?
Yeah, he was, yeah. Do you
remember?
remember?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Because
and then we were like
friends, yeah. And
we do like a jam session with them on the beach, right?
Yeah, because he said he was a producer, so he invited us to go to his place. He was living in Brisbane, and we were in Byron Bay, so we had to drive like 3 hours, I think. We went to his place, we kind of do some things with the computer and did some music together, and then he said like, let's go to Byron Bay again and have like a jam session in the middle of the night in the beach.
So we went there for this midnight session, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was...
Oh man, that was freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah. That 2 days were really crazy. They were really fun, and it was crazy. Well,
it was crazy.
The thing is that we made a good friend there, Tobias, and we did some music together, and then we decided to go and to do something in...
Tobias the creator.
Tobias the creator, yeah.
You have to name him by his full name.
We didn't know what to do in New Year's Eve, right? So we were like looking for some places to go, and then Niels broke a window.
I was maybe like hitting the side of the van a little bit too hard once, and ooh man, that was so unlucky. The whole window cracked into the van. There was some random guy coming by in the morning, and I was just like, hey, we broke our window, do you have something to clean it maybe? He could have been anyone, like just passing by, but actually he lived straight there, and he said, yeah, you can just come up. And then in the end, like, I just went up with him while Paulo was still trying to clean up the mess I made. And I was trying to get this cleaning things from him. And he invited us for a coffee and everything. His car broke down or something, right? He had his car was in repair, so that's why he had to cancel his plans for New Year's Eve.
Alright.
Because he wanted to go somewhere first.
Basically, we went with him to a beach, which I don't remember the name.
That was on the Gold Coast, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
That was Gold Coast, yeah. I think the Mexican guy, he went back with his friends, like...
They went to the beach that we were, and then they took him back, and we, like, continued with our trip.
To Private Island.
We just went to Bravi because I need a shower.
I remember this really well. Like, we were just driving onto this island. Bravi Island's like, you go over a bridge and then you be on this tiny island outside like the mainland.
So we showered and everything, and then I think you sleep like 3 hours, and I was like there looking to the ocean and playing some guitar, and then we wanted to charge our things, I think. So we were looking for a cafe, and then we found like the Sandbar Cafe.
The Sandbar Cafe, man, it's the motherfucking Sandbar Cafe, people. It's like we were passing by the house of some people, which had like a little sign that says the Sandbar.
And there was, I was like a jacuzzi outside, and
yeah. And I was saying to Paulo, look, there's a bar, we can ask them. And he's like, no man, this is a house. I was like, no, it says Sandbar, it's a bar. And Paulo was like, no, this is a house. And I was like, and even if it's a house, it looks like a bar, maybe we can get something there. And so we went there and we like rang the bell or something. We're like trying to like, is there someone in there? Is this a bar? Like standing inside the garden of these people. Yeah. And then someone came over from the beach and it was the owner, and they were like, what exactly are you doing in our house? And we were like, well, I thought this is the Sandbar. And he's like, yeah, right. Yeah. And I think they just invited us to join them on the beach, and we had some drinks with them. Then they had the musician friend coming over. I think his name was Travis or Trevor.
Trevor. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to know how his music is doing right now. Yeah. If he recorded that album and everything. And we just spent an amazing evening hanging out in their jacuzzi, being like playing the guitar. It's great. And in the end, we stayed on Bribey for quite a long time.
Yeah,
right?
almost. I think it was more than a week, because they invite us to stay in their backyard with the band. So we were living there, and they were wow, they were really, really nice people. Like
family to us, yeah.
Yeah, they were like parents for us for that little moment. And they get us some gigs in the town.
Yeah.
And they invite us food, and we can use their bathroom, their shower, and everything. We spent some time together. We even did like the paddle
stand-up paddling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And afterwards they told us that normally there are sharks around there when we were paddling. And Paulo was like, what?
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. We have some, I think we still have like some nice pictures as well from there. Yeah. Like this one woman sent it to me, yeah.
I think Braggy was one of my favorite places.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
The whole trip, yeah.
Because it was so like, it felt like a little home, you know? Like we found a new home there. Yeah, thank you very much for like being there for us. It was really good.
And they have a nice daughter also. She was like very little, and she also likes us, I think. Like
I think.
I hope.
This is also where we designed outside in their garden. We were just hanging around their house, and we're designing the
Neil Pau
business cards. I need a picture of them as well to like show how we made our own business cards. And we sent it to that place. That was really cool as well. Yeah. And the place where they got us the gigs. You know,
that was crazy.
Yeah, they got us this. There was this new pizza restaurant, and they opened up new on the island. So they're trying to establish the restaurant, and they were looking like maybe do something special, like live music. And they just took us there, like, these are two young musicians traveling around. Like, why don't you let them play here? You did good. You did good. Now the next one. You find out. Yeah, you did really good. No worries.
You missed it.
Let me go. Or you can play whenever you want to. And in the end, we made like a deal. So each time we were there, they were trying to like, first of all, we got free pizza. But then they were just trying to stuff us with drinks till we get drunk. Like, I tried to say no, you know, but it was so hard because these like the owners were like the worst, you know. They were like staying till 2 o'clock in the night and be like, no, one more, come on, what is this, you pussy, come on. Why do you want to get up early in the morning? It's still night. You need to celebrate the night.
They were really nice as well, yeah. And there it's when we met Fiona. Do you remember that we stay at her house as well?
Oh yeah, Fiona,
Yeah.
the oldest woman I ever kissed in my life. It was actually a really good kiss. How was yours, Paulo?
Yeah, it was a nice kiss.
I think this was one step for me to like being more open about stuff like this, because why can you not just kiss people on the lips if you like them? Like, why not? You know?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like she was a really good person. I really enjoyed being there with her as well.
And
we have a picture on her veranda. What's it called? On her balcony thing outside on her terrace.
Yeah.
Like drinking the
In
coffee
the
where it
backyard.
looked like a Turkish guy.
Yeah. And she also like drink with us at night with her friend also.
Yeah.
That she wanted to kiss your feet.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember
you
that.
remember?
No.
Yeah, we were there and
What?
yeah, it was
What about?
nice times.
It was really crazy. Bribey Island was insane.
Yeah,
but
it
I
was
loved every
crazy.
minute of it. Paulo.
Yeah, with that music.
So we're leaving private now.
Finally. After 4 weeks, 7 days of joy. And awesome music.
Awesome music, yeah.
Okay, so the last part of the Vanlife story, right? Before we get to meeting Ricky. I think after Bribey, that's basically where we started traveling down again, right? That was like the most north we got. And then we went down our way back down, something like this.
So now we are leaving Nimbin.
Yeah, man.
Next stop, Sydney.
Was awesome here. Awesome.
Today, driving lessons with Paulo. Because I can't drive 10 hours today to Sydney, so we have to switch from time to time. Give him 5 minutes. He'll master. 10 minutes. Yes, my son, you're doing this very good. I'm great we're taking these lessons together. It's always great to have this.
So we're finally in Sydney.
You met Ricky for the first time in Sydney, you said, right? Really? Okay. Because Ricky is the one I told you about before that I met in that music school, the owner of that music school. He's also a musician, and by now he owns a real nice recording studio, and he's like doing some real nice projects. You should really check that out because he's doing lots of really awesome stuff there. I'll put links to everything down there and maybe I'll link you something in the video. But that was also one of the very magical encounters, yeah. Because I don't know, I think I was just riding with Ricky probably, right? And he told me that he wants to shoot a music video or something, and I was talking with him about that. We really wanted to record some of our songs that me and Paulo wrote together while traveling together. And I think we came to an agreement that he would give us a weekend at his recording studio, recording the songs with him, if we can make a music video for him. And so we met him in Sydney, and he let us stay at his hotel place or something. And we also met Aaron there for the first time, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that was also, it's like too many. It's just like, this is why I want to start this time recording everything when I go on this journey, on this next journey with my van, because there are so many amazing people.
Yeah.
And this time I want to have them here with me. I want to like have these videos to look back on and like have people straight seeing like just how crazy this all is and all these crazy things that life gives you if you just open up. It would be really nice to like just show this to everyone, yeah. But at least this time we can still tell you the stories. So yeah, maybe you want to tell what happened, because that's when you met Ricky for the first time, right?
Yeah, you got us this deal for the producing thing. So we, on our way down to Melbourne, we stopped at Sydney because we were going to record the Ricky's video there. So I think it was just one day, right? We were in the beach, one of the most like important beach. How do you say beach? Beaches? Like in plural? Beaches?
It's beaches. Right. The beaches. It's actually beaches.
Alright, so one of the most important beaches in Sydney, and we were there, and suddenly this guy, this like tall guy with sunglasses, rolling. How do you say that? Like he was on rollerblades, yeah. Rollerblades, and with a bass and playing the bass came to us, and I was like,
I also put a link to the music video later, so you can watch that, yeah.
And I was like, who's this man? And and Nils told me that he was Ricky, so that's when I met him for the first time. And
true, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
He has like a really nice personality, so we were like, he was like really happy, and we were like trying to record everything. So his idea for the video was that he singing and playing the bass while he was rolling in the beach. So I thought that was like a really nice idea. It took like I think no more than 5 hours to record the video. And then we went to some bars to have food and some drinks. And I think we stayed in Sydney like 2 or 3 days. So the second part of the deal was us going to Marimbula to record the EP, right?
Yeah.
So we went with Ricky to Marimbula, and he had like a really nice house in the middle of
nothing.
Some fields.
Yeah,
in the middle of nothing. And then when you get into his house, there's like a drums in the middle of the living room.
Yeah, Paulo loved that.
So I remember that was amazing. I said, yeah, when I have my house, I want to have that. And he had there at his home, he was making like his new studio, right?
Yeah.
So he invited us to stay there for
you remember
like a couple days, I think.
You remember that we actually were the ones to help him to get and pick up and transport the very big mixing desk. He has like, Ricky has a really nice old school mixing desk, and we were the ones bringing it in. Like we were there when the Bear Mountain studio was still like having his first days. Maybe we've been like the first people to be recorded there actually with this thing.
Yeah, we were actually.
Thank you, Ricky. Thank you a lot.
Thanks for the honor.
Yeah, definitely.
But basically we were there, and it was kind of like a dream, because it's something like you said that you never imagined that it's going to happen, because suddenly we were in Australia with some nice producer producing our first like EP, and with this mixing station that was like the biggest I ever saw, and then you realize that your job or your life is just doing music and just traveling. So it was like pretty amazing.
Well, yeah, I can only agree on that with Paulo, because it's just amazing that we got the chance to make all these experiences and to spend our time and life making music while we're traveling, which is, for me at least, the best thing that could happen to me. And yeah, I hope we can continue this way. And next time we're going to talk about the Neil Pau EP that you can already find on Spotify, and how it all came together, how we recorded in the studio with Ricky, what were the ideas and the stories behind the songs. And yeah, I'm just going to try to give some insight into how the music came together. And if you want to see that, you can click like this notification bell thing and then subscribe to the channel. If you like, please leave a feedback. I'm always happy to see how you like the video, and I'm going to see you next time around. Bye bye.